Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this WDNA broadcast this evening featuring the Community Arts Program, Miami Jazz Institute, All-Star Jazz Ensemble, and the Cap Jazz Prep Band. Now, we are very pleased to be here tonight, number one, because this is our second broadcast this year, and number two, because we've got some parents in the audience, which is the first time this year, this season, that we've been able to do that. Now, if some of you are out there scratching your heads wondering, what the heck was that first piece? I've never heard it. It's because this evening was a debut by one of our students, a composition by one of our students, Max Mello, and that composition was titled Stranger Than Paradise. And Max tells us it was inspired by the 1984 film, black and white film by that same name. He wanted to give some stark contrasts in the music based on that film, which is kind of like this comedy film, which is a great one to look up. But this evening, we've got a lot of compositions by some of our students, as well as some standards by our jazz prep band. We'll get into all of that later with some introductions of all of our students. But for now, I'd like to call to the microphone our conductor, our teaching artist conductor of the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble, Daniel Strange. And Dan, it's great to have you here tonight and this group. This year, we've done a lot of composition with the kids, more so than we've ever done in the past. So I'd like to get your take on that as far as what you feel, and I know it's been very valuable, but from your take as a teacher, what has been some really great highlights of doing that?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a thrill to be in this venue, performing here for many, many years. Always a great room. The group size very much led to the decision to bring original music this year. I think that how it started, if I remember right, was Jason and Victor came in with some ideas, and we started sort of growing naturally in that direction, and Gian and Max followed suit. So I think it became this place of, well, I can have a voice, and if I don't know exactly what I want to say compositionally, this is the place to try it out, which has been so beneficial to everybody that was writing when they came in, and if they weren't writing at all. So I think that this is certainly going to be a component moving forward, no matter what the size of the group becomes in the future years. Obviously used to be more of a big band setting, and now coming out of the COVID time with a small quartet. I'm so pleased. I get to sit back and I get to sit back and hear the growth. I get to hear the ideas. I basically let them have a lot of the dialogue now because it's their music, so they have to realize it and see it together. And again, what a great training ground for them to hear their music on a weekly basis, the slopes, if you will, of how it's composed.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for the students to be able to do this. And that, along with Monday evenings with the rehearsal with Dan and the All-Star Jazz Ensemble, and then marrying that with our curriculum on Saturday mornings with the Cap Harmony, where they get to dig even deeper in the composition and what they've done on Monday nights and work on that on Saturdays between the two of them, between Dan Strange and Mark Small. They've come up with what we're going to hear tonight. So let's move on with two more compositions by our students. The next one we're going to hear is by Jason Feiler. It's a piece titled Schwanzweiden. And Schwanzweiden is the German word for tail wag. So Jason's idea in writing this was that one of the assignments this year was to write a tune primarily using major chords. So you're going to hear a lot of major chords in this piece, which makes it a joyful, happy piece, like the tail wag of a dog, Schwanzweiden. Then after that, we've got a piece by John Gavidia, a French tune by the name of L'Auberge, which translates to English to the inn. John wanted to give a piece to the band that was a little bit different in the style, in a French style. So he came up with this piece, and he wanted to give that feeling of a calming influence that we'll hear in his piece, L'Auberge. So here's Jason Filer's Schwarzweden, followed by John Gavidia's L'Auberge. The CAP Miami Jazz Institute All-Star Jazz Ensemble in two pieces that members of this group have composed. The first piece we heard was Schwanzweiden in this set by Jason Filer, followed by John Gavidia's composition L'Auberge. The members of the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble, Jason Filer, piano, John Gavidia, guitar, Max Mello, bass, and Victor Geraldez, drums. We'll hear a piece by Victor in just a few moments. We're going to move on now to the CAP Miami Jazz Institute Jazz Prep Band. And I would mention that the All-Star Jazz Ensemble is under the direction of CAP teaching and conducting artist Daniel Strange. The CAP Jazz Prep Band under the direction of Derek Fairholm. Derek, the first piece we're going to hear by the band this evening is called Red Clay. Tell me a bit about what you've been up to with the band this year.
Well, Mark, we've had the pleasure this year of transcribing everything we play, which means we've taken the recording and figured out all the notes and chords and rhythms and everything about the composition just by ear, and figured out the tune that way rather than pulling out a book and reading a transcription of it. We've done it ourselves, and I think this is probably the best way of learning jazz, learning music, learning about harmony, about melody, and all that stuff. So we're really pleased. This first one by Freddie Hubbard, one of my favorite players of all time, Red Clay, and we kind of focused on more funky material rather than straight ahead jazz material. So some kind of groove tunes, you might call them.
Wow, they've been up to some great work also. Transcription always blows my mind. I'd also like to welcome tonight Kate Hallman, one of the CAP mentors, mentoring our students, trumpet, and Lucas Apostolaris, one of the CAP mentors also on drums. This piece, Freddie Hubbard's actually signature piece of his career, jazz trumpeter, this tune, Red Clay. The Community Arts Program, Miami Jazz Institute Jazz Prep Band, in Freddie Hubbard's signature piece, his Red Clay. And we heard Zach Sue, tenor sax, Nikhil Galda, alto sax, Ethan McDonald, piano, our CAP Pro mentors, Kate Hamann, trumpet, and Lucas Apostolaris on drums. We're going to hear more from the CAP Jazz Prep Band in a few minutes here when they bring us Flood in Franklin Park and Alligator Boogaloo. But for now, we're going to move back to the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble and another original, this piece written by our drummer, Victor Heraldez. And this piece is called Raging Sea. Victor tells that this piece was inspired by a song that he heard on the radio with the lyrics in it, The Raging Sea. But Victor took that idea and formed this tune, which gives like a lot of tone painting of this ship stranded on the ocean as the waves swell and crash. And Victor says, moving more into the style of modern jazz, he's incorporating a lot of techniques into his composition. But he wants you to listen to a lot of chords remaining constant in this piece, where you'll hear the bass line shift a lot, which adds to the tension of the whole piece and the idea of the Raging Sea. Piece by Victor Heraldez and the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble. The Community Arts Program Miami Jazz Institute All-Star Jazz Ensemble, led by CAP teaching and conducting artist Daniel Strange. That piece we just heard by CAP drummer Victor Heraldez, his piece titled Raging Sea. By the way, I should mention the Community Arts Program engages students from 53 schools from throughout Miami-Dade County. Tonight, you're hearing students from 5 of those schools throughout Miami-Dade County. And calling up now the CAP Jazz Prep Band under the direction of CAP teaching and conducting artist Derek Fairholm. They're going to bring us a piece titled Flood in Franklin Park, a piece that was written by Grant Green, a composer and guitarist whom we lost all too soon at the age of 44. This piece, Flood in Franklin Park, by the Community Arts Program Jazz Prep Band. The Community Arts Program, Miami Jazz Institute Jazz Prep Band, under the direction of CAP teaching and conducting artist Derek Fairholm. If you're just joining us this evening, either online or through the WDNA 88.9 FM radio station, this is the Community Arts Program, and we are this evening featuring the Community Arts Program Jazz Prep Band and All-Star Jazz Ensemble. My name is Mark Hart. I'm the Executive and Artistic Director of the Community Arts Program. And it's always our privilege to come to WDNA twice a year to present these programs. And I'd like to say a huge thank you and a huge shout out to the staff of WDNA, not only for their generosity in giving us this space this evening, but also for what they do throughout the whole Miami-Dade community and beyond in really lifting the American jazz, the American art form of jazz, and also really championing the work of young students in all of that. So right now we've got the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble back on stage, and they're going to do a piece that is titled After You've Gone. A couple years ago, a gentleman, a prominent attorney in Miami passed away, and he endowed the Community Arts Program. I should say the trustees of his wishes endowed the Community Arts Program. But with that endowment came this wish, is that we, throughout our curriculum, champion and teach students and perform music of the sweet band era. So what we've asked and what Dan Strange and Mark Small have done with our CAP Jazz All-Star Jazz Ensemble is worked with them on a piece, and the band arranged this piece in the sweet band style, which is basically, it's a style heard in the bands that were very popular in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So they took this 1918 popular song, which has been covered by many jazz artists, and came up with their arrangement in the sweet band style of Leighton Turner's tune, After You've Gone. the Community Arts Program, Miami Jazz Institute All-Star Jazz Ensemble in their arrangement of a 1918 popular tune titled After You've Gone by Leighton Turner in the style of sweet band music. And thank you to the estate of Stanley R. Sturbins and their trustees for making it possible for us to champion and dig deeper into this music. So now we call back to the stage, the Community Arts Program Jazz Prep Band, and they're going to bring us a piece by Lou Donaldson, an American jazz alto saxophonist. And this piece, which I love the title, is called Alligator Boogaloo. So here is the Community Arts Program Jazz Prep Band. The Community Arts Program, Miami Jazz Institute Jazz Prep Band in a piece by Lou Donaldson titled Alligator Boogaloo. So we heard Zach Sue tenor sax, Nikhil Galda alto sax, Ethan McDonald piano, and Cap mentors Kate Hallman trumpet and Lucas Apostolaris on drums, and Cap conducting teaching artist Derek Fairholm on the organ here, the Cap Jazz Prep Band. If you'd like to learn more about the Community Arts Program, please visit our website at communityartsprogram.org. That's communityartsprogram.org. Also, friend us on Facebook and Instagram and learn a lot more about all the concerts we do throughout the year, including our summer concert series, which goes all summer, every other Thursday evening, beginning June 9. A lot of exciting things happening. So please join us and check us out at communityartsprogram.org. So this brings us to the last piece on this evening's program. It's a piece that was written by Shub Saran. And it's this guy that grew up in 6 different countries, and you're going to hear this influence in his music. And tonight, the piece performed by the CAP Miami Jazz Institute All-Star Jazz Ensemble with Jason Filer at the piano, Gian Gavidia guitar, Max Mello on the bass guitar, and Victor Heraldez drums, and the conductor and teaching artist of the All-Star Jazz Ensemble, Daniel Strange, a lot of names this evening, on the keyboard this evening. So it is a piece by Shub Saran entitled Slip, and you're going to hear a lot of, I think a lot of Indian, some influence in this as well. So take a listen. Music of Shub Saran, born in Bangladesh, but spent a lot of time growing up in India, and his music influenced a lot by music from 6 countries. That performed by the CAP, Miami Jazz Institute, All-Star Jazz Ensemble, Jason Filer, piano, John Gavidia, guitar, Max Mello, bass guitar, Victor Heraldez, drums, and Daniel Strange on the keyboard. So we've got a few minutes left here, and I would like to invite you to join communityartsprogram.org, view our website at communityartsprogram.org, follow us on Facebook and also Instagram to learn more about what we're going through. We've got about 3.5 minutes left here, so I'm going to call Daniel Strange back and also Derek Fairholm. And this is their chance to give a pitch to all young jazz artists out there as to why they need to join a community arts program jazz ensemble. So, Derek, tell us why a student should join a community arts program jazz prep band.
I feel like I'm in some sort of pageant here. Okay, so I just think that the best way to learn, if you are inspired by music, the best way to learn is to play with other people and to also have a little bit of mentorship from the people who kind of went down the same path, learning music, being inspired by it, and finding their way of learning the music as well. So I think the community arts program is the perfect place. It's the perfect ecosystem of players and mentors and ideas and listening and inspiration to make that happen. So that's my 2 cents. Dan.
So while Derek goes and changes for the swimsuit competition of this evening, we're going to go to Dan Strange, the conductor and teaching artist of the CAP All-Star Jazz Ensemble. Why should a student join, Dan?
When I was in school, I was one of the students who always wanted more music throughout the day. I couldn't get enough of it, even with my after-school opportunities through my school systems, which I commend all the teachers in the area who have fantastic programs and offer wonderful opportunity for students. However, when there's that burning desire to do a little more or make it basically the majority of your day, I think this is one of the perfect opportunities for a young musician to get that final couple of hours during the week of push among other students who want, again, just a bit more music throughout their day, more concentrated study, and the opportunity to make music among peers who have that same drive and passion.
Great. So go to communityartsprogram.org, see all the information there, fill out the application, pass the information on to anyone you might know, and join us in the community arts program in one of our jazz ensembles. So I'm going to ask the All-Star Jazz Ensemble, since they're in place here, to take us out once again with music of Shub Saran and his Slip. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a wonderful evening. you.